and welcome to In the Know. This week we welcome back Angela Dacey, personal development expert. She was here a few weeks ago talking about color personalities, but we only scratched the surface, really. So today we are continuing our discussion and we're talking about blue, green, indigo, and violet personalities. Our phone lines are open. Please give us a call if you have any questions whatsoever to ask Angela, and we have 4 guests coming up later on in the show. 4 guests that actually have the color personalities of blue, green, indigo, and violet. And at the end of the show, Angela is going to reveal my color personality. We did a little personality test this week, and she's going to deconstruct me.
Yes. Oh, the fun we're going to have.
I'm a little bit nervous.
Well, you know, the nice thing is you can experiment with all the different guests that come on, and it's up to you, really, to figure out who you are. The test will show you who your true, authentic self is, but there's no need to be nervous because it's just you.
It is who you are.
It is. It's you.
Okay, so last time you were here, we talked about red, yellow, and orange.
Yes.
Let's recap for the viewers who might have missed our show last time.
Okay.
A red personality, what are some characteristics of a red personality?
Okay, well, first let me say reds and oranges are physically oriented, and the yellows are mental, just to make it not mental, but mentally oriented. So reds are very action oriented. They're passionate. They're out there. They move. They don't want to stop. They have so much drive and determination. And they're real big teddy bears on the inside, but look like they're kind of hard on the outside. But great people to have on your side because they'll get jobs done.
Right.
And then oranges, they're also physical, but they're physical in the means of playing. So they're very physical, and we had Jackie on. She's very animated when she talks, right? And she does improv, and she's out there, and she's very childlike behavior. She wants to just play all the time. So physically oriented, but different than the reds, where reds are more action, they're more playful, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And they're spontaneous, and they're fun, and they're friendly, and we talked about how great they are to have an orange friend if you want to go out and have fun. And then yellow's getting into the more mentally oriented aspect. They're the thinkers, the analyzers, the researchers. They're the high achievers, the human doers. So they're always constantly going, what's my next project? What can I work on? They'll take a task and do it 110% well. You know, they'll stay 24 hours to get it done if they have to.
Right.
They have some tendencies to become, obviously, workaholics. And
perfectionists.
Well, even perfectionists, we're going to talk more today, funny enough, around the blue. Nice things with yellows is that they're not as much perfectionists as, I will say, they find a route to go. So where a perfectionist will say, I need to do it this way and I have to do it perfectly, a yellow will get to a place and go, this isn't working, let me find a new path. So they're really open to change, which is fantastic. So we've seen kind of the whole difference between red, orange, and yellow, but they're also very all masculine oriented colors. Right. They're a little stronger, a little more aggressive. Today we're going to work on the feminine colors, which are a little softer, a little bit more, doesn't mean you can't have a man in a feminine color.
Right, I was just going to ask that because most of our guests last week were female and they are male oriented colors, or a few weeks ago. This week we are talking more about the feminine colors, but 2 of our upcoming guests are male.
That's right. So we'll have 2 women and 2 men on today. And it's really neat because men really do need to get in touch with their feminine side, just as us females need to get in touch with our masculine. And it's that healthy balance. So getting into the feminine colors, though, we'll find that they're a little more in tune with their heart, a little bit more on sensitivity, intuition. They're not as much as that go-getting, aggressive, out there, let's go hard.
Right.
They're more on, wait, let's see how I feel about this. Let's really tune in with what my heart and my gut are saying instead of that mental action.
Okay. Now, when you were here last time, we talked about choosing the best aspects of the color that you are, or of all colors.
Right.
As much as a red is a strong personality, and a yellow is a thinker, and an orange is a playful person, every single one of those colors has, some faults as well.
Oh, for sure. We're human.
We're human.
There's only one color that's perfect, and that's yellow, because I am. No, I'm joking. But no, we all have positives and negatives for sure. When I teach my course, the key that I like to mention is that we really want to be the rainbow. Okay, in times of stress and in times of struggle, you will resort back to one particular color. It's just ingrained in us. It's a part of who we are. However, you can learn to be that passionate red, that spontaneous orange, that positive, open to change yellow, even if you're not one of those personalities. But you also want to get rid of fear, which red can actually suffer with, or expectations that the orange suffers with, or that judgment that the yellow suffers with. So we're all going to have bits and pieces The key is let's find where the negatives are sitting, get rid of those, bring in the positives, and down the road we really want to be the rainbow. That's the ultimate in personal development.
Okay, and we're not going to talk about minor colors, but you mentioned that everyone has a major and a minor color.
Yes, and actually one of our guests today, we'll talk a bit about that, but when you do like the test that you did, there's going to show all 7 colors, and you're going to be from your strongest to your weakest. I find most people usually play in the top 2, and it's like the major and the minor. It's almost like the 80%, 20%.
Right.
So 80% of the time I'm a yellow violet. So 80% of the time I'm a yellow, hardcore yellow. But I also have the violet aspect to me too. And when we talk about the spirituality, it makes sense with the business I'm in and the work that I do.
Right.
So they're going to play a role together. But again, when it gets back to a time in life where things are maybe coming down or it's stressful, I resort back right into the yellow.
Because that's your true, authentic self.
Yes.
Okay, and so I'll explain it to everyone at home. I did a personality test, and how many questions were on that test? It was like 10 pages long.
Yeah, it was a lot.
And
100 and some.
Yeah, and sometimes, you know, the question was, yes, I agree wholeheartedly with this statement.
Right.
Other statements were like, I don't know if I quite agree. I might agree sometimes. It depends on the situation.
Right.
And that kind of is what I'm hearing, that, you know, sometimes you're more aligned with that and sometimes you're not.
Exactly. And that's when you take the test, it's going to really measure how many of those yeses, that is so me, compared to the sometimes or no, not at all. And then that's going to give us a rundown of really what is your major color, what is your minor color. Because those sometimes, well, we're all going to have a bit of something sometimes, but you're going to know the ones. I'm sure as you went through, you're like, oh yeah, here's the same line of questioning and I'm answering yes, yes, yes. So it ends up coming through really strong.
And very quickly, we're going to go to a break. Knowing your color, identifying your color, what can that do for you?
Oh my gosh, it enhances relationships, helps communication tenfold, especially when you know the people around you. It really helps you understand how you deal with conflict, what you do in terms of stress and how you handle it, and where you need to find balance physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually.
All right. Don't go anywhere. We're starting our color personality decoder when we come back here on In the Know.